Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I have this special palette to review and give you my first impressions. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Holiday palette. I believe this is a limited edition palette, and this is Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. This was on pre-sale about 2 weeks ago, and I was very lucky to get my hands on this. I wasn't sure when they were going to release the palette again. It was a bit confusing, but I think it's available now. And I want to give a shout out to Cosmic Pop for bringing this palette for me, because it was limited edition at that time. I think it's still going to be limited edition, like a holiday release. If you want to know what I think about this palette, keep watching. But before that, I want to update you in case you missed it on my Instagram. I'm going on a social media fast these days, mostly Instagram. I have given like all my reasons, a life update, everything is on my blog. I will link the blog in the description box so you can go and read. It's a very long post. In case you don't want to read, here's a brief. So I decided to take a break from social media, especially Instagram, because I was addicted on it. Like, I would wake up and just check Instagram, and then I would eat and check Instagram. I would get dressed, and while getting dressed I would check Instagram. It was crazy, and I was always wondering, oh my god, what do I put next? Content creation is not easy, and especially even though it's just for myself, it was still difficult. Like, you had to be on top of everyone, you had to be on top of everything, it has to be up to date, it has to be good, and this was kind of driving me nuts. And I felt like I lost myself along the way with other things and whatever happened in my life this year, the past 2 years. So because of that, I decided to take a break from Instagram. I do message, I do reply to all the messages I receive on Instagram. Now that I have a lot of time, I can do that because I'm not really checking anything else. I wasn't scrolling down on Instagram, I wasn't checking anyone's stories. It feels kind of good in a weird way, I don't know. And I also thought I would still update my blog, and I would still update my YouTube. I would still create more videos here because I have more time and I feel like I enjoy making videos. I might from time to time post something on Instagram, but I won't be like crazy. I won't be like crazy focused on that. Whenever I feel like I would post a video, whenever I feel like I would post on Instagram, it's not going to be like a timetable like before. So that's the little update. Let's move into the review. Okay, so I removed everything, basically my face makeup, everything, because I was so unhappy at how the eyeshadow turned out. And then I used just this first trio, which is Happy Glow, this one, on this side, and I feel like I like it now. I feel like this is how this palette should be used. Maybe you can use a little bit of black, maybe a little bit of this rosy shade, these three matte shades. You can mix and blend. I think the shimmers don't make any sense when you mix them. I feel like you're not gonna see a big difference. It's only gonna end up looking muddy. Let's do this eye because I really like how this eyeshadow turned out to be. It looks really nice. It looks Charlotte Tilbury finally. So I'm going to do it Charlotte way. So I'm going to first take the prime shade. This is the prime shade, and she actually uses a fluffy brush to apply the prime shade all over the lid. I do have a little bit of concealer set with some pressed powder, but I'm gonna put the prime shade all over my lid. I'm using a BH Cosmetics brush. I'll put the brush number. It's a really nice soft brush. She usually brings it up to the brow bone. My brows are quite messy because I'm actually growing my eyebrows, so they are a little bit messy. And then I'm gonna take Enhance shade, which is the second one. I'll put this maybe like half of the lid. I don't experience any fallouts with this, which is good because I always do my eyes last. Next, I'm going to take Smoke shade, which is the only matte shade in this trio. I'm putting it right on the crease and blend it. That is really nice. As you can see, it's quite pigmented and it blends really beautifully. Now, I have not used any Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, so I don't know how this compares to her other eyeshadows, but I can tell you this is so beautiful. I wish you could use the other colors, like you could mix from other trios, but you saw that it didn't work. So I'm going to do the infamous feel and flick that she does. But before that, I'm going to take a pencil brush and put the prime shade in the inner corner. I feel like maybe you can use you can use Happy Glow Trio, but you can maybe use Love Glow prime shade on the inner corner, or Dream Glow or Seduce Glow. You can use the prime shades in the inner corners, but you cannot use the enhanced shades. It doesn't make any sense. It just ends up looking bad. I cannot do my liner the way Charlotte does. You know how she puts a dot and then she connects it. Everyone has their own way of doing eyeliner. So I like to start with the middle or the center of my lid with like small baby strokes. So generally I don't do a thick liner like this, but I think Charlotte does a very sharp and thick feline flick. And for my mascara, I'm going to mix two mascaras. I like to first use the Golden Rose Lash Plumping one, which is like my favorite drugstore one. And on top of that, I like to use my Bobbi Brown Smoky Mascara. And here's another thing you can do with the smoke shade is you can actually take this pencil brush and put the same smoke shade on the lower lash line. Just make sure your mascara is dry. Okay, so that's Happy Glow. I'll try and film the other three looks too, because this look I actually like. I think it's very Charlotte Tilbury. I'm a little sad though that you can't really do much mixing these colors. Like I said before, maybe you can mix the black with the other trios and make it more smoky, but other than that, I don't see this palette to be a very versatile one. Overall thoughts, I think the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful for holidays, and it has a nice selection of colors too, even though the olive tone was a bit of a fail. Like, so it looks nice as a swatch. When you actually apply it, it doesn't look that green. That was a bit of a disappointment. But still, I feel like if you don't have any of Charlotte Tilbury palettes, that's the reason I bought this, then maybe you can get this one and be happy for the rest of your life. But if you have other Charlotte Tilbury palettes, then you don't need this. You really don't need this, especially if you have Bella Sophia or I don't know, the Sophisticate or any other palettes that she has released. You really don't need this. I feel like a lot of repeats are in this, and even if you have a lot of other palettes, like other good quality stuff like Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath or even Huda Beauty or KKW Beauty, I can easily create this same look with KKW Beauty eyeshadows that I have, especially from the classic palette. So if you have those and you were wondering whether to get this palette or not, then you don't need this palette. I am slightly disappointed because I paid a really big amount for this, and it does not really honestly live up to my standards, but it's pretty. That I have to say, it's pretty. I just have a lot of dupes for this in my collection. That's why I'm disappointed. I expected Pat McGrath from Charlotte Tilbury, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's what I think. That's my honest opinion. So thank you so much for watching, and I will probably do the other looks next week when I have time. I do want to do the other looks, so whenever I do them, I'll record them and I'll put them here, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I do have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation coming, because I was one of the winners on Instagram. So my friend and I, we both won a foundation each, and hopefully I'll get it next week. That's what they said. So then I can maybe do the other looks on my friend, on myself, and then call it a day. Okay, thank you so much again. I will see you soon.